Right now at 5 o'clock, we're tracking the latest after an overnight house fire in Lexington. What we know about the damage right now. And severe storms blew through the bluegrass, causing damage to several buildings in Anderson County.
And we're looking across the way. Those showers, thunderstorms yesterday packed a punch. We'll get some today, but then all eyes on what's left over from Tropical Storm Bill. I have that latest forecast coming up.
Tracking, alerting, protecting. WKYT News starts now with First Alert Weather.
Good morning and welcome into you. I'm Rebecca Smith. Bill Bryant has the morning off. We are tracking the remnants of a tropical storm system moving through the bluegrass this morning. Could bring in some heavy amounts of rainfall over the weekend. That is why we've declared a WKYT First Alert Severe Weather Day to keep you safe. So let's go out to meteorologist Micah Harris, who's got to look at what's expected to happen today.
Yeah, today we're looking at scattered showers and thunderstorms, much like what you have seen the past several days, where some receive rain, some do not. And that's what we're going to be looking at today. About 60% chance. Outside, it looks like a lot of rain, but a lot of this isn't even reaching the ground. So a couple of sprinkles, light showers. We do have one lone thunderstorm rolling through Harlan as we speak, moving down 119. It's packing a punch, just some beneficial rain to the yards and also waking a few of you up. Defender outside, still showing Tropical Depression Bill back toward the center of it in Arkansas, but it is heading directly into our neck of the woods the next several hours. I'll show you what you can expect out of that. When it moves in, when it moves out, I'll have all that coming up.
All right, looking forward to it. Thank you. Severe storms blew through central Kentucky last night, causing damage to several buildings, even taking out a couple of trees. We're continuing to track the damage on this WKYT First Alert Severe Weather Day, focusing on damage in Anderson County this morning. WKYT's Hillary Thornton joins us at the live desk with the latest on storm cleanup.
Good morning, Rebecca. Those who experienced this storm in Anderson County say it all happened quickly. One man we talked to said he did not even realize anything was going on until he was in the middle of that storm, and all he could do was duck inside of his car, a car that was damaged by flying debris. He says he was getting his 9-month-old grandson out of the car at the time and noticed a large piece of sheet metal and pieces of trees coming around the building towards them. He quickly realized that sheet metal was coming from next door and was the roof of the Abundant Life Christian Center. Several cars in that area were also damaged with pieces of the roof and trees scattered throughout. And all those in the area say the worst of the storm lasted about 20 seconds, but say that was plenty of time to cause a lot of damage. Now, thankfully, there were not any injuries reported there in Anderson County. At the live desk, Hillary Thornton, WKYT.
Well, strong winds from yesterday's storms also caused some tense moments in Jessamine County. The storm bent part of the awning over the gas pumps at the Speedway on Main Street in Nicholasville. In a nearby neighborhood, some large trees caused a mess when they fell.
It took out a tree and there were limbs all over the yard. It was pretty loud, but it didn't last long.
Emergency management there says the storm also knocked out power to folks living in the area. No injuries were reported. New this morning, we have learned the Jessamine County Youth Football Field was damaged during yesterday's storms as well. A group posted this photo to a GoFundMe account. As you can see, the stands there just toppled and destroyed. They're asking for $35,000 to rebuild. And if there's storm damage where you live, we'd love to see pictures of it. Just look for the eyewitness section of WKYT.com or post them to our Facebook page. Two families are now without a home. This morning, we're tracking the latest details after a fire broke out at a home in Lexington. WKYT's Victor Puente is joining us live, tracking the fire investigation along Olympia Road.
There's still a lot of firefighters surrounding this home, making sure that that fire is completely out. Almost a dozen people are out of their homes this morning. Firefighters believe that that fire started in a kitchen where some food that was cooking was left unattended. The fire eventually spread to the attic, and they had a tough time getting to it. They tell us they had to cut through the roof of the building to get to those flames, and even once they thought they had it under control, they had a few flare-ups to deal with. There were 6 people in one side of that duplex, 5 in the other. Both families made it out okay. Now, the intersection of Olympia and Center Parkway is blocked off by fire trucks, and it will be throughout most of the morning as they continue to make sure that this fire is completely out. Live in Lexington, Victor Puente, WKYT.
Well, this morning, a man's back in South Carolina to face murder charges. Police say he killed 9 people during Bible study. 21-year-old Dylan Roof is behind bars in Charleston, accused of killing 9 people at the Emmanuel AME Church. He was flown back Thursday afternoon, hours after police arrested him during a traffic stop in Shelby, North Carolina.
Directly behind him at a stoplight. And everything going through my mind was like, what ifs? But the only thing I could still see was those people in Charleston in those prayer circles with their hands gathered around praying that prayer would be answered.
Wow. Investigators say Roof walked into the historic black church Wednesday night. Witnesses say that he spent an hour at the Bible meeting before he started shooting. Friends and family say they can't understand why a man was stabbed to death inside his own Bath County home. Police are calling the death of 54-year-old Henry Mead a homicide. He lived on the farm where he worked. His boss said he knew something was wrong when Mead just didn't show up for work on Wednesday. He says he made a gruesome discovery at that home on Wyoming Road.
When I got in from work, I went down there, and that's when I found him. It was pretty bad.
Well, so far, police have not made any arrests in this. They do not think this was an attack of the random sort. They say there was no sign of forced entry at the home. A man convicted of a brutal attack in Lexington will learn his sentence this morning. Perico Coffey was convicted of kidnapping, sodomy, and rape. Coffey kidnapped a stranger from the Speedway on Versailles Road back in 2013. U.S. Marshals later arrested him in Michigan. The jury recommended he spend 46 years behind bars. Coffey will be sentenced at 8:30 this morning. Well, this morning we are continuing to track a crash involving a Lexington police cruiser that injured a suspect and damaged a store. According to our news partners at the Herald Leader, a police report says Officer Justin Burnett failed to put his car completely in park, and in a scramble to stop it, he hit the gas pedal instead of the brake. That caused the car to hit the suspect he just arrested in the Family Dollar on Southland Drive. The suspect was not seriously injured. Well, this morning, people who live in Danville are being urged to boil their water. That's because of a water main break along Old Houstonville Road. The city of Danville tells us 150 customers are affected. They've not yet said when they expect the advisory to be lifted. If you're looking for something fun to do tonight, you may want to head over to Richmond. The city will be hosting its 4th annual Taste of Richmond event. It'll begin at 6 o'clock at the Richmond Center, which is right off the interstate there. You can get a taste of local restaurants, bakeries, donut shops, and much more. It only costs $10. There will also be live music by the Bent Penny Band. It's time to get a look at live drive traffic, see what is happening out there on the roads this morning. Nicholasville and alumni is looking good. No issues to report for you there. Hope you have a safe commute into work or wherever you're happen to go this morning. Maybe you've got the day off, getting a long weekend in. WKYT this morning is just getting started. Mother's Day may be bigger, but Father's Day is still a cash cow. Coming up, find out just how much Americans are shelling out this weekend. And imagine heading out the door to begin your morning commute only instead of jumping into your car, jumping onto an endless slip and slide. Oh, that looks like fun, doesn't it, Micah?
Yeah, it does look like fun. I'll tell you what, there will be plenty of water outside to be doing that, but you just don't want to be left in these storms. We have flash flood watch in effect because of this system right here. And I'll explain that coming up next.